Good morning, class. Myself, Mr. Rathore, lecturer in mechanical engineering from Buri Polytechnic, Navsari. In today's lecture, we will learn about extrusion process of the subject manufacturing engineering 1, subject code 3331901 from mechanical engineering department. Let's start with introduction. Extrusion is a new word for us. You all about the saying. Doctor fill up their medicine in a syringe and pressurize it. Extrusion is a same process like that. The molten metal at a plastic state can be filled up in a die, and with the help of plunger or ram or a piston it will be pressurized, so it's come from the other side or with the same side or from a side. Such type of process to pressurize the metal at a plastic state known as extrusion process. Extrusion is a manufacturing process that involves forcing base metal through a pre-shaped die, as we discussed, to create objects with a specific shape and profile. As the metal passes through the die, its shape changes to reflect the die shape. So whatever the die shape, it will achieve it. There are different type of extrusion process, however, including cold extrusion, hot extrusion, friction, and micro extrusion. For what purpose it is used? It is used to make rods, tubes, channels, eye or jet section, and circular and square or rectangular type solid or hollow section. Cold extrusion. Extrusion generally done on aluminum, copper, steel, lead, tin, so which are light material. Hot extrusion. Hot extrusion generally made on magnesium, copper, steel, aluminum, nickel, which are hot. Now, method of extrusion process. The first one is direct or forward extrusion. Second one is indirect or backward extrusion. Third one is tube extrusion. Fourth one is side extrusion. And the last one is cold or impact extrusion. Let me discuss this briefly, starting with direct or forward extrusion process. As we shown in figure, a die is given with which is placed or inserted in a cylinder. A billet, a metal at a plastic state, can be poured in it, and with the help of ram, it will be pressurized. So the metal is coming on the other shape of the die. Direct extrusion, also called as forward extrusion, is a type of extrusion that occurs when direction of flow of metal is the same that movement of ram. So the product is coming in same direction of the ram or piston. As can be seen in the following figure, many cross sections are manufactured by this method. During direct extrusion, metal flow and forces required are affected by the friction between the workpiece and the chamber walls, as we seen. To reduce the friction and improve the efficiency, a dummy block is placed. Now, indirect or backward extrusion process. As shown in figure, it contains a container, a mandrel, a ram. Here, the work billet or a metal or a plastic sheet m- move in opposite direction of the ram. It is used for produce hollow or solid section. Indirect extrusion is also called backward extrusion, and this process the die is constant, whereas the billet and container move together. To keep the die stationary, a stem is used, which must be longer than the length of the container. The final and maximum extrusion length is decided by stem's column stand. As the billet move is along with the container, Outer friction forces are easily eliminated. Now tube extrusion. As the name implies, it is used for making tube of different types shape, as we seen in figure number A, B, C, D. So a tube with different throats has been produced with the help of tube extrusion process, and that's are seamless. It uses stationary as well as moving mandrel. It is forward type extrusion process. In this method, mandrel is placed in center of the billet, and then pressure is applied with the plunger. It produces pressure on billet, which is placed between die and mandrel, and then the mandrel is come in circular, square, and rectangular shape as per design. Now side extrusion process. As the figure applies, billet placed in a container, punch apply pressure on it, and the product is coming from the side, so it is called as side extrusion. It is used for making solid or hollow portion or making coating on the circular pipes. It is used to make cover and non-ferrous material like lead. The motion of ram and product coming out from the die are perfectly under each other in direction. Here we show the direction of piston and the product coming out is perpendicular to each other, and it is require more force. Cold or impact extrusion process. It is used for making cup and bowl shape. In this process, a workpiece is placed in die and mm, with the help of punch, it will be pressurized, and whatever the shape of the die have, it will get it. The process impact extrusion means the impact of metal blank. As such for that it transforms the metal into a plastic state that allows the metal actually flow into the die shape and the round punch. Here the impact is given, not a constant pressure. Now advantages of extrusion process. It improves mechanical properties like strength due to work at high compressive load, so the structure become dense. It gives better surface finish, no contact with the atmosphere. It is fast process. Obviously, tooling cost is low. There is no machining required. Production cost is low compared to other, and complex shape can be easily made. It is best for making mass production. Now application. It is used in automobiles for making channel aircraft, for making seamless zone rail and roads, steamers, building materials, pipe of oil industry, tubes of nuclear power industry and militaries. Thank you student. Thanks for listening me carefully.